This week we bring you something else. This week we bring you some online adventures. And it's a team adventure. Street races in A-class. And since I really like those old cars, I took the Alfa Romeo P3 from 1934. You know, I race to win, but I play for fun. So I race a car that's 85 years old. Can you imagine that? These street races do not have any walls, so missing some checkpoints is certainly a possibility, as there is absolutely nothing keeping us from visiting the countryside, if we want to be picking flowers for the missus, for example. If you enjoy this content, then do not forget to push the right buttons. I humbly beg of you, as that really helps me out. For this adventure, I will be racing in Team Red. Will we be able to beat the blue team? Will we be able to work together? Well, you've seen the title of the video, so I guess that one is no surprise. First race is the North Coast Rush. Well, there are 3 Alfa Romeos. The other 2 on the other team are modern cars. Compared to mine, that is. At least they're post-World War II, but honestly, with both of them being from the late 60s, those 2 are pretty old. They also have a couple of Ferraris and 1 Mazda. Our team, however, is sticking mostly to muscle cars, with also a couple of them from the late 60s. However, mine is still the oldest on the field, the oldest on the starting grid. We also have 1 Bone Shaker, the OP car in this class, so that might help us out a lot. If and only if he knows how to drive it, of course. It seems that I am dead last on the starting grid, but, well, with the ghosted start, I usually can get past a couple of them early on, so let's see if that's the case now too. Maybe this is because of the manual shifting, I'm not entirely sure, as I doubt also that that alone would propel me forward in the leaderboard by so much. Some fighting going on in front of me. And I try to dodge that one, but I can't keep in control until, well, there is Forza, a teammate. He comes out of nowhere and decides I really need to be picking flowers. I push back, but I do lose control, hit the wall, and I end up completely sideways. Thank you, teammate, well done. But somebody else went really wide, and I think 2 blue racers missed a checkpoint. I was on a last position, but not anymore. So I'm not entirely sure, but I think a whole lot more was going on than just my crash, and I continue, well, to the best of my abilities, taking, or at least trying to take, full advantage of the powers of the car, and slowly but surely gaining on the racers in front of me in these corners and these tight corners that are coming up. A little bit of dirt, and now I'm definitely gaining. And over here he goes wide, I go through the wall, and then he hits a car, and again I swerve out of the way, and the ghosting sign informs me again, a little bit too late, up in 7th place. Not bad considering I was last about a minute ago, and I have clear road in front, but I do not need anybody to mess things up completely. It's so hard to get the car back under control with a steering wheel if something like that happens. Down 1 place, but that was completely deserved. Luckily I ghosted out, so I did not block him. The guy behind me, of course, had a better run, and obviously he is gaining on me. We see the hood showing how close he actually is, and I want to give him space, and I decide to let him go first through the corner. I do hit him as I brake just a little bit too late. I let him go again, and then I can pass him fair and square. And then these next couple of corners, hopefully we can take them a whole lot better. as I see the guy in front in a distance. As the countdown starts. And take a look at the minimap. Somebody seems to be coming out of the woodwork as we turn into this final tight corner up for the stretch. And keep an eye on the minimap. A red dot standing still. I'm not sure what happened on the final stretch, but I'm able to gain 2 positions. And although I gained them on my teammates, I sure am glad that I got to pass Fortis 8. A little stab back on our little Vendetta. And even with them losing positions, we were able to secure just enough points to make it a win. Thanks to our Bone Shaker. He does seems to know how to drive it alright. Winning by 50 points is as close as it can get. We only need one other victory to win this adventure. Will we be able to? Will we win both of them? Let's find out in the next race that is coming up. Will my teammates finally show me some mercy? How will this little Vendetta in Team Red play out this next round? How many crashes do we need to survive to just get to the finish line? Let's find out in this next race, which happens to be the Highland Charge. And luck is with me as I start in front of both Timeless Hippo and Fortis. Both have the 8 and the crown in their name. Maybe they belong together, I don't know. Still, I start in front of them, but in the middle of the pack. Will I pull out my famous launch maneuver? Let's find out. Here we go. And it seems that my launch is, well, not the usual gaining positions as it mostly is, but I am able to pass somebody just before I hit the grass. And then it's Night Baron with a little nudge. And then Timeless Hippo thinks I need a bigger nudge. I hit the fence and slow down quite a bit, of course. I'm in 5th place and a couple of tricky corners are coming our way. And because I know how tricky they can be, I try to take them slow, cleanly. As I said, try to, as I completely misjudged this one. Hooray for ghosting, as that could have ruined Night Baron's race, but it didn't. Still, this is pretty close racing, and that is what makes this game fun. And I'm still trying to take these corners as cleanly as possible. When somebody shows up on my right side, I try to give him space a little bit too much as I hit the grass. And that makes me end up in 6th position. But I am slowly gaining on Timeless Hippo, who also gets passed by the Alfa Romeo of the opposite team. He needs to dodge a traffic car, brakes, and thus receives a little punt from me. I stay on his outside. Small wants to do the same, and, well, I hit the side of the bridge. That is a complete dead stop. Going 3 abreast in that corner was the worst decision we could have made. It was all our own fault. We should have abided our time. Lost 1 position only, so all in all, not too bad. As I'm gaining on Hippo once again. And well, he does not want to let me go. I hit the wall, hit the fence, swerve across the road and into the field to hit another wall, and to top it all off, I completely spin around. I'm pissed. Thought about keep going in the wrong direction, but sometimes you just have to let it go. Let it go. I am one with the wind and the sky. And seems Fortis also made a boo-boo, so I get to pass him. Hit the wall, and then he lets me pass once again. Thank you, buddy. The Vendetta took a strange turn, as it seems Fartis let me finish before him, in what might have been the closest finish ever, as the 1 second mark was already on the screen. But with this much fighting going on in our own team, we were unable to win, even with the Bone Shaker again in first position. There is a third Alfa Romeo on the opposite team, and they take second, third and fourth. They are also quite OP cars, but it still takes a decent driver to get good positions. I sure hope the last race will be a better one. For now it is 1 point for each team, and the result will be decided on the final race. Just to keep things interesting, of course. Next race is the Monument Wins. Wines? I don't know. I start in between Fartis and Timeless Hippo. Where will that leave me? Well, with the ghosting I might be clear of them. Who knows, I might even get lucky. Our Bone Shaker starts in pole position, so there's little hope for any of us to catch him. Unless he makes a mistake, of course. We start and I'm not sure what I was doing, but paying attention was not it. I should know by now, we guys, we can't multitask. I should remain focused. I remain inside Timeless Hippo for quite a while. But he then makes a mistake as he misjudges that corner. Razor tries to put me against the wall, but he's too far behind to pull it off. And in the next corner, Fartis decides to take a dive into the countryside, and the wall prevents him from re-entering the road easily. That is some bad luck. And that puts me in third place, with the leaders in the distance. Some stuff going on behind me, as I too can take a lead on my pursuers. I don't think I can take the leaders, and I decide to drive within myself. Not push harder than I can, but well, in the end it makes me take these corners slower than I would have liked actually. It does keep me in my position for now, and to be honest, quite comfortably. I do hope I can keep this up until the finish line, not making any mistakes and keep driving cleanly. That's all I have to do. Points wise, we are ahead with quite a big margin. Also, the guy behind me is on our team, so even if he passes, if I make a little mistake, that would not change the leaderboard. I just need to get my head down and keep going. Just keep going. I think I gained a little bit in these corners, but lose out again on the straight. And then he seems to be going a lot slower. I think he made a mistake, and suddenly I am within an overtaking position, but I do not want to hit him, so I keep behind him for now. And well, with this last straight he runs away from me, as he clearly has the better Alpha. That makes me finish in third position, and to be honest, that suits me just fine. The Bone Shaker won, the TZ2 is second, and me in my P3 am third. How is that for karma? This last one was a very nice race. No ramming, no spinning out of control, just clean racing. That brings the most fun. But with Forza Horizon 4, one needs to take the bad with the good. And to be honest, sometimes the ramming can get you some satisfaction as well, if you can lay your vengeance down on them later in the race. Not by ramming them, no, but by just being a better racer. Anyway, we won comfortably and thus have 2 points in this adventure, and we win. Red team is victorious, even with some vendettas going on. If you liked the video, then press the like button. That's what it's there for, to be pressed down real hard. Press it now. Thanks. And I get a wheel spin as a reward. Let's see if I can get more than 10,000 credits. Oh yeah, baby, I get a Subaru.